yourself.
Today we're going to be fixing a Viking oven stove that won't light, and none of the burners click, none of them light. If one or two of them is clicking and a couple don't click, it could easily be a problem with an igniter. But if all four of them don't click, then that's almost certainly a spark module, and they're really easy to replace. Different models on the Viking hide it in different areas. Sometimes it's hidden underneath this section where the burner controls are. So all we got to do is just pull these off and then remove this front plate. It's going to be really easy. Just take you a few minutes. Make sure it's unplugged or that you have the breaker turned off. Some other models you have to get to it by removing the burners on top, and then the spark module is kind of located in that area underneath the black spill plate. But in this one it's located right underneath these. So we're going to be removing the knobs, and then we're going to be removing the screws that hold on these little bezels that are surrounding the knob. You want to remove all of them except for the one in the middle. That's the one for the oven. I did remove it during this video, so it's okay if you remove it. It's just a little bit hard to put it back on later, and it's not necessary. The other ones though, you do have to take off. So here's the one in the middle that you don't have to take off. If you do, it's okay, but it'll speed it up if you don't. I'm kind of keeping them organized too, so I remember which bezel goes with which knob and which screws. So also I took off 4 screws that were holding on the plate on all 4 corners. Now I'm going to get to the spark module. It's this white thing back here with all the wires connected to it. Again, you got the power turned off. Here's one you could just order from Amazon. They're pretty cheap, so about 70 bucks. If you have Prime, they'll just get it to you really fast. And this is going to control all 4 burners. Here's what it looks like. You better look at the packaging and the part number. And again, on other models, they may have this located in a different part of the stove. So here's ours right there. We've got that plate off there. Now we're just going to use a Phillips head screwdriver to remove 3 screws, 2 that are holding on the spark module here on the sides, and 1 that's holding on the green ground wire. Once those 3 are off, you can easily take the spark module and pull it out towards you, and then it's going to be really easy to pull off the existing wires one by one and then put them on the new spark module. You could also take a photograph with your phone and then use that as a reference, but I like to do it the old-fashioned way where you just take off one wire off of the old one, put it on the new one, and then go to the next wire. So this will be a really easy repair, and it's nice because all of a sudden all of your burners fire right up. These things just kind of get worn out, and I think they usually go about 6 or 7 years before they fail. Again, depending on how much you use them, how much you cook. So I'm pulling off the wire, and then I'm going to put it on the new one in the same location. And the next one I'm going to use my needle nose pliers to give me a little more leverage, because they're on there pretty tight, which is good. You want them on tight. So I put that on the next one. And these are the ones that are bringing energy from the switches that are on each one of the 4 burners. These are what the red ones are doing. Get the red one. And the next one is a green one. That's an earth or a ground, and the device has to be grounded. So I'm going to pull that off. If you ever have a gas stove like this that clicks all the time when it's not supposed to, sometimes it's due to a bad ground. It isn't the spark module or really the stove, but it's just the receptacle that you plug the stove into. So you can always try a different receptacle to see if you get a different effect. Here's another one of the line voltage. Can switch that one, and then the white one is the neutral. That's part of the circuit for all 4 of them. Get that on there. And then at the bottom of the spark module, I've got 4 smaller gauge wires that are bringing the high voltage, low amperage but high voltage, to each one of the igniters. So I'm going to pull those off, and then I'll go ahead and put those on the new one. Once I get those off, I can just get rid of that old spark module now. These are really good stoves, really good ranges that last a long time. They're residential, but they look commercial. They look really rugged. So we're going to plug in these smaller ones, and these are, again, taking the high voltage energy to the igniters to cause the spark. Sometimes when you have just 1 or 2 random igniters that don't light, you don't hear a click, or the click's kind of weak. That could be due to a dirty igniter, so it's good to try to clean it. Sometimes the porcelain around the igniter cracks, and that leaks out the energy too early, and that can cause a bad ignition problem too. You can usually see the spark or the little lightning leaking out before it gets to the igniter. So now we're just going to get this, we've got all the wires on there, we're going to get this thing back against that firewall, against the frame. I'm going to kind of work it around, get the wires to go on top. And once we get it in position, we can add those 2 Phillips head screws to hold it on. And also the green ground wire will hook that up. Make sure everything's really tight. You can see in the picture here that the thermostat, that big gold thing underneath the screw gun here, that can come out with the faceplate, so you don't really have to remove that middle bezel. You can keep it connected. So we're just putting those screws in that hold the spark module. In my experience, when stoves are having trouble not lighting, it's infrequent that the spark module has failed. But if you have all 4 that are not firing, and there's no sound, there's nothing, you want to make sure you have power going to the machine. If you have power, the next thing to suspect is that the spark module has failed. But it is rare. More often, it's just a dirty burner head or a dirty igniter, or the gas that's supposed to flow out of the little brass jet in the center of the burner is clogged. And that's the first thing to try. So we got all the wires hooked up, we got the spark module in position. I got to deal with this thermostat for the oven, so I'm going to line it up, kind of a pain in the neck, and put the bezel on, and then add the screws to hold it, and then I'll go ahead and add the faceplate back on. But for about $70 and maybe half an hour out of your time, you will have a really strong running stove again that just doesn't give you any trouble. This customer mentioned that on his stove, the 2 of the burners went out, they stopped working, and 2 were working, but then they progressively got weaker and weaker as time went by, and then eventually none of the 4 fired up at all. So now we're just putting on the bezels again by being held on by 2 screws. This is the one for the oven, which is a little tricky to put on. So just take your time. It is probably better not even to take it off, because it's not part of what's holding the faceplate on. If you leave it on, the thermostat will move with it and still give you the ability to replace the spark module. So it's a lot easier, just keep it on. So we're going to kind of get that faceplate back where it needs to go, back into position, and we're going to add the 4 screws, Phillips head screws, that hold the corners in place. So really easy to do. You can have a regular Phillips head screwdriver or a power screwdriver to speed it up. And if you had a professional come and do this for you, you're probably going to be out about $400. And instead, for half an hour of your time and about 70 bucks, you will be back doing great. Just tightening up those screws. You can put the knobs back on, and they have a certain capital D shape to the shaft, and also the female side of the knob has that same shape, so you just have to line it up. Here's the last one of the chrome pieces. Get that in, put on the last knob, and we're pretty much done. Let's test it out. So that's the back one, looks good. Front one's good. Back one's good. Front one's good. Yeah, solid. So that's what you want, and that's because the spark module wasn't working. That's why you weren't getting any result. And just gonna put the grill plates back on. So again, really good stoves, last you a long time. Only thing that really seems to happen with these is the burners start having trouble lighting. Usually just one at a time, and that's just again a dirty igniter. But if you get two that go out at once, exactly at the same time, or all four go out, then I would suspect the spark module. And it is cheap and pretty easy to replace. Remember though, on the Viking, it may be where we learned today in the video, but it also could be underneath where these burners are. And on that model, usually you can just remove the burners easily by lifting them off, and then you remove that black spill plate and you can get right to them. So really appreciate you guys watching. I hope this has helped you. When you get a chance, please subscribe to our channel, and please give us a thumbs up. And we'll be happy to send you a lot more videos on how to repair your home appliances. So thanks again for watching, and see you next video.